Virgo. My name is Audrey Alison, and this is your September 2014 forecast for the month. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for tuning in and for subscribing and sharing and liking these posts. Let's get to it. We start off the month with your ruling planet making a transit. On September 2nd, Mercury enters Libra, and this is a great month for your first house of self and for your financial sector, your second house. So Libra for you is your second house. This is for Virgo and Virgo rising. Your finances are affected in a great way because Mercury is communicating in that sector and arranging all of the right contacts, paperwork, negotiations, and people centered around your money, that bankers and investors, the right people are coming to the picture here. I love it. It's giving you support to get your finances in order and to analyze them as Mercury does, but also fiscally to provide the right technologies around your resources. Different apps, different e-trades, different stocks, different options. It's good. On the 5th, we have Venus making a transit into Virgo, into your sign, your first house. It's always a blessing when Venus makes her 28-day presence, or what is it, 24 days you get out of her, 3.5 weeks before she transits again. She is beautifying you, making you look aesthetically your best. Venus is also money, love and money. So you have a double whammy of support with her in your first house of self. You're looking your best when Venus is with you. She could really insist on it. So you'll be good to go with that in your first house. There's also other aspects where your first house is hit with Virgo. Also, happy birthday to you, because at the top of the month, it is your birthday. On the 5th, I said that. On the 8th, full moon is at 16 degrees Pisces. Pisces is another mutable sign. This is your polar opposite sign. So this is affecting your 7th house of marriage or relationships. Now, the full moon being right smack in the middle of the 30 degrees is bringing something into an awareness or bringing an ending or a culmination in this 7th house sector. For those of you who are married, you might see something in your relationship that you are now aware of, that you need to learn about. For those of you who aren't in a marriage or a committed relationship, the full moon could illuminate what it is you truly want to accomplish in this sector, weeding out what no longer suits you and what you are not interested in. And also internally could give you a hidden message regarding your relationships. Psychically, intuitively, you could know more about what it is you want to draw in that sector. 7th house is also business partnerships. So for those of you who are connected with shared resources or just with partnerships in business, one of them could come to an end, or you could decide to be more autonomous and more independent in your business dealings, which is always good. On the 13th, Mars enters Sagittarius, and I like this placement. Well, this is affecting your 4th house of home, Virgo, but Mars, the planet of energy and passion and drive and ambition and determination, heading into another fire sign. Mars is fire, and Sagittarius is fire. So Mars can do some of his greatest work here, and this is in your home sector. There's energy in the house. You probably won't be leaving the house too much or want to leave the house. There's a lot of action. Mars is action. Action in the home. Entertaining. Having lots of energy in that 4th house. Foundation. Not just the residence, although it is the residence, but it's the internal foundation of you, where you come from, that home. You could go back to your roots a lot with Mars in the 4th. On the 14th, a day later, we have a beautiful trine that I wanted to talk about between Venus and Pluto. Venus stationed with you in your first house of self, so this trine will affect Virgo and Capricorn. Capricorn goes direct. He's been stationed in, Pluto goes direct. He's been stationed in Capricorn for quite a while. And this is your 5th house of children and creativity. Let's see. Venus trining Pluto is funneling in the most harmonious energy that the two planets can offer as they work together. They will be bringing creativity to you, to the self, but also your relationship with your children could be very protected at this time and very creative at this time. Whimsical, bringing new ideas. I like this trine. Venus is bringing beautification to the intensity of Pluto. So there's intense connections between your relationship with yourself and your children, or yourself and your pleasure, because the 5th house is pleasure and leisure and sports and gambling. I mean, it's a great house. Leo governs the 5th house on the solar wheel. So anything that you find fun is aspected very well by this trine with Venus. On the 22nd, I said Pluto goes direct at 11 degrees Capricorn, affecting your 5th house again of children. And the Sun enters on the same day, Libra. Let's see, that will be your 2nd house again, so the resources. Mercury will conjunct the Sun and funnel in a lot of positive energy into your finances. This is excellent for saving, for getting promotion, for getting a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th job, depending on what you're into. It's beautiful because the Sun in the money sector, it's a highlight, and you get that once a year, so you take advantage of that. There is a new moon at 1 degree Libra on the 24th as well in this 2nd house of finance for you, Virgo. So start your intentions in the money sector towards the end of the month. I mean, next month you won't have as much support because in between a Mercury retrograde, there's going to be bookended eclipses. So October is a shaky ground, shaky month to build savings or build relationship. However, start at the tail end of, not tail end, but you know, the last week of September, implementing the money structures and how you want to go about this, and you have all the support you need with Mercury, the new moon, and the Sun. On the 25th, there's another trine. It's a fire trine between Jupiter, who's stationed in Leo, trining Uranus, who's been stationed in Aries. So this is affecting your 12th house of spirituality and your 8th house of rebirth. It's an exact trine at 15 degrees. Jupiter is bringing luck and expansion or growth to the 12th house of psychic ability, spirituality, inner thoughts and interaction with the quiet self, the internal self. And your 8th house of rebirth and death and change has had Uranus stationed in it for quite a few years, bringing upheaval and up and down, you know, unreliable shocks and sudden change. And this could be, the 8th and the 12th house are the quieter houses, the deeper houses, and they are very spiritual in tone. You could find that there is a sudden breakthrough on the 25th about a spiritual concept or practice that you're interested in, or you might actually incorporate a metaphysical vibe or spiritual path into the life at that time, whether that's through meditation or actual courses. On the 27th, Mercury will then quickly transit again into Scorpio, affecting your 3rd house of communications. You like that house because Mercury rules you and rules the 3rd and 6th house on the solar wheel, which you rule the 6th generally. Virgo, you like your details and your regimens. Mercury entering Scorpio into your 3rd house. Mercury loves being in this house, so he gets his details in order, his schedule up to date, his phone calls in the house, communications, all up to speed, and insisting upon it right before he retrogrades next month in October. On the 29th of September, Venus leaves your sign and enters into Libra in this 2nd house. So conjunct, this is amazing. Okay, so finances are very protected in September, and if they're shaky for you, know that energy is being filtered into that area to set you in the right place for how you're accruing your dough, your dinero. The chimes agree. I want to pull your cards for you and see what's up, and I did mention this in a few videos I received a few emails about how I'm shuffling and how I'm pulling these cards. Most people wanted me, or some people wanted me to show you what I'm pulling because they have trust issues. I started doing that in the first couple of readings to please the audience, but then I realized I don't need to do that. I really feel comfortable connecting with the cards the way I've innately and intuitively been choosing them for several years. So I still am going to pick them down here. I just wanted to let the viewers know I'm not in the interest of purposely picking cards. This is not why I'm in this business and not why I have this calling. So if you're having trust issues, you might have to work on that on yourself. And I'll be here pulling cards the way I do. Okay, so this is death. Okay, this is 8th house. It's also change. It's Pluto. It's transformation. It's Plutonian. Rebirth. I'll pull some other cards because I'm hearing some things and I want to get a summation of them all together. The 10 of Coins. Your finances. Your 2nd house. That's hit. The Empress. Motherhood. Creation. Your 5th house. Your relationship with your children. And the 4 of Cups. Stagnation, being stuck, things not moving just quite yet. All right, so how I read these together. You know what I think this is about, the 4 of Cups? It's the 4th house. You're home. You're not stuck at home, but you want to be there. There's no need for you to move right now or to leave the home. You have a lot going on, your communications, and even working from the home is important right now. But your focus are your children and your creative endeavors, and either changing yourself or reinvestigating the 8th house of shared resources, where Jupiter's stationed for you. I'm sorry, where Uranus is stationed for you. I think this is about, it could be about estates and taxes and the financial areas of the 8th house. You might hear of being in someone's will or in an estate. It's always a possibility. It can't always mean the same thing for every single person, but there's a lot of aspects of these sectors, and it could mean different things for different people, obviously. But this card, this is materialism and really being focused on only getting your money in order. So the 10 of Coins is obviously very positive as far as the money, but it does have a little bit of a, don't be blinded too much about fiscal energy only. Sorry, it's just like dropping out of my hands. Don't be blinded by it. Be open to other things in life. See how this guy can't see because he's just got coins here? It could lean towards selfishness, this card, in any negative aspects. But, you know, just getting your finances in order is promising. You have such planetary support for that. And it is a time of transformation. Let me pull your astrological card for you, Virgo. I brought them into the mix because they missed me. Let's see. Astrological card for Virgo. Of course, your ruling planet, Mercury. Mercurius, the way they used to pronounce it. Well, Mercury's here in this deck to give you support as he goes through your 2nd house, quickly in the top of the month, and then quickly into the 3rd house. And as your ruling planet, you can always count on him to do his best in rearranging your focus and what you need to get done and implement your goals in a very detailed list and alignment, which I know all of you Virgos love. You love your details. Again, my name is Audrey Alison. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you'd like to book a reading with me, I'm available all through the week. AudreyAllison.com and Audrey Allison Astrology and Tarot on Facebook. Thanks so much, Virgo. I'll see you next month. Bye. Have a sweet day.